everybody. Let's see if I'm live. It says I'm live, so let's go into my YouTube channel and I will let everybody know on Facebook I'm live. So hold on. Yay, I'm live. Oh, you see my solder, guys? Sorry about that. You weren't supposed to see that. My wheelie chair. I tried to lift this up higher because this thing does not want to lift up higher. Whatever reason, this thing does not want to lift up higher. So you guys get more room to see it. So today we have new pencils. I'm just making sure that you guys hear me. Good, the volume's fully up. Let's see. Hi Elizabeth, I'm just seeing what is the best setting for my lamp. How are you doing? Hey Robin, I would have been on sooner, but KP and Kate were on at the same time, so I didn't want to disturb them by going on. So today, what came in the mail is Soho Urban Artist pencils. These are wax-based pencils, from what I understand. Hi, I'm good, Brenda. We were talking about the Soho Urban Artist pencils, even though it's Crayola month on my channel. I have to let people know that I am live right now on Facebook because I haven't told anybody. Let me tell people in my own group that I am live and I am speaking. So I'm just letting people know on my Facebook group I'm live. And then I'll let the people know that I'm live on the Reading with Pugs group. So I have to share this. Hold on, guys. Because I can't let people know. So guys, I'm having a problem right now. I can't seem to, for some weird reason, it's not letting me share anything to Facebook. So if one of you guys can go to the Reading with Pugs group and let them know that that I'm streaming on YouTube. Oh, and if you're wondering about the shirt I'm reading, it says "Books Turn Muggles into Wizards." It's a Harry Potter shirt. So you guys, if you're wondering what that shirt says, I think I got it. When did I get it? Last year. So these are the Soho Urban Artist pencils. Hi Corey, how are you? So this is what happened with how come I got the pencils. So I subscribed to this magazine. I think who was it? Art Gear Guide was the one that was selling this. So the last 2-3 months I've been doing this, and every month they give a different sample pencil. So this is the sample pencil that they gave. This is the pencil that they gave. As you can tell, I tested it out. It's a wax-based pencil. They come 72 in a set and they numbered. I have not even swatched these. So these, I'm going to read you a little bit about them from the magazine. Soho Urban Artist professional colored pencils are produced in conjunction with Creator Color of Austria and are part of the Jerry's Artrama brand. In developing their line, Soho went directly to artists to ask them what they needed in a high-quality colored pencil. Their goal was to exceed their requirements, creating a line that contains less wax and more pigment to produce brilliant color. As you can see, these are colors. So I think we'll not be doing a Crayola coloring. We're gonna color with the Sohos. So this was a sample pencil that I got from the colored pencil thing, but here's the full set of pencils. Just so you guys go, it comes in this beautiful tin. I don't have a case yet for them. The case is on the way. I won't get the case till Monday. So then they come like this. They were wrapped in plastic when I got them. I bought these actually, Corey, on Amazon for $60. But right now, I didn't know this. Jerry's Art Rama is having a sale on these right now for $47 if you go to Jerry's Art Rama. So you see this, they have some beautiful colors. They have a lot of blues. I noticed they have a lot of blues. And they're hexagonal base, so I think they are different colors, pencils, depending on what you want. And they're very nicely sharpened from what I can tell. So, I did get some new books in too. So, Corey knows some of these books very well because she enabled. Blick does not carry them actually, Corey. They do not carry the Soho Urban artist pencils in their stores. Because I looked online to see if they had them on their online store. They do not carry the Sohos. You can only get them from Jerry's Art Rama or Amazon. This one, you did not see, Corey, because this one also came today. This is a brand new one. It's called Fantasy Realm 3. It's 43 grayscale coloring pages by Kimberly Hawthorne. And it's really a pretty book. Show you some of the images that are in this book. The books are really nice. Like that. I like her woman. She does such pretty women. These are only examples. I will do a full flip through of this book, guys. I will be filming a flip through of this book, but the ones that I have already done flip throughs, and that they will be posted sometime within the next 3 weeks. Dark Fantasy by Jade Summer. I have not filmed a flip through for this one yet, but I will be shortly. This one is Enchanted Mermaids by Julia River. Corey got me this one. That one is cute, isn't it, Corey? You enabled me on this purchase, so you should know this book better than anybody. Misfits Unicorns. I mean, this book is adorable, Corey. I did do a flip through of this one, so this will be up sometime later on the channel, so you guys will be seeing a flip through of this one. Nice Little Town 4. We all know this book very well. The reason why we know this book very well, and everybody had a great old time on Shalene's stream. Everybody loves this picture, or everybody gets perverted ideas about this picture, and I didn't see it at first, but now I do see it, Corey. Now I see. Now I see why this. Yeah, Elizabeth, this picture caused a lot of controversy on Shalene's stream the other night. And then, because I was watching Jennifer's Day of Color and Bliss, I bought it myself a sketchbook, a blank. Oh, Tazi is here. And as some of you can already see that I've already started doing some work because I was looking for a hair color. And I put Dick Blick here so I knew which markers it was. So I would be coloring, because I was doing I was coloring in Flowers and Gems, and I needed to know the different shades of yellow that I had for them. So the sketchbook is nice. This one has perforated pages on it too, so you can do some work on it if you want. So we'll be using this probably today as well. So now, would you like me to continue working on the mandala with Crayolas? Because I have the Crayolas if we need the Crayolas. Or would we rather work on something for Sammy's color along with this Soho Urban Artist pencils, Nick Filbert? I think this image speaks to me more. I think... Tazia votes the Nick Filbert one, so we can color something for Sammy's color along. So we'll be coloring something from... Okay, we'll be coloring in the Nick Filbert one. Okay, so we want to see the Sohos? Remember guys, I don't have a case yet for them. Okay. See, this is a hard pressure, and this is a light pressure. So what is this? Okay, definitely. So we'll be doing the outer part. Yep. This color is called the Cobalt Violet Light. Lately I've been trying to learn how to do lighter pressure. Ooh, these work nice. So that if I want to do them ooh, these feel nice. Actually, they don't feel bad in your hand. They're really nice. Yes, KP, these are the new pencils. These are the Soho Urban Artist colored pencils. You get them at Jerry's Art Rama. I thought Sammy was going to bed. Hey, Jazz. You can order them off of Amazon, but if you buy them off of Jerry's Art Rama, I love Amazon, and I'm going to be the first person to say that I really love Amazon. But Jerry's Art Rama, I just looked up the price of them. On Jerry's Art Rama, they're $47 for the full set of 72. If you go to Jerry's Art Rama, they're $47. Just something to think about when you're buying pencils. Sometimes Amazon is not the cheapest. Also guys, if you want to buy these pencils open stock, you can buy them open stock, but You have to go to Jerry's Art Rama to buy them open stock. So and these are a wax-based pencil. Tanfili, I think they're very nice. They feel very light in my hand. A lot of pencils don't do that for me. Hello, Nelly. We're coloring with Soho Urban Artist pencils. Is Sammy on right now? Yes, this is from Fantasia. This is a good book if you want to test new pencils because the paper is really nice to color on. And I had been wanting to do something for Sammy's color along. I don't think Sammy's coming on till tomorrow morning, if I'm correct, right? When does she do it on Sunday? 11:30 in the morning, I believe. I could be wrong, but don't quote me. Um, honest to God, they feel like what pencils do they feel like? The way they made like my Goodyeism pencils, the pencils that I really hated, the way that the barrel is, but they feel different. So, these pencils I found out about through Colored Pencil magazine. But they feel like my Tripper Farben pencils, and they feel a little bit like my Lyra Rembrandts. It's the closest way I can do, but the pigment is really good. The pigment kind of reminds me a little bit of Holbein's, in that they give a lot of color and you don't have to press hard. Jazz Chaney, what you can do, and I've heard about this from other colorists, is you can go to Staples and have your coloring books spiral bound so they don't keep falling out. I'm having that problem right now with my pop manga book. The later pages are falling out, so I might have to get that book spiral bound. I know some Staples do that, not all of them, but some do, so you can get the book spiral bound that way. Aww. Do you have an Office Depot or an Office Max? Maybe they would do it as well. I'm thinking maybe blue on the border of this. Hello, Letitia. How are you? This book came out a while ago, right? Last year, I think. And I think there were like two other editions before this book came out, and I think this is like the third edition. In my edition, the only thing about this edition that I don't like is that the pages are double-sided. So you have to be careful. And I use a binder sheet whenever I color, so that the thing, and Tazia, you have to be careful because there's different versions now of this book being sold online. So every version is a little bit different, but it has the same picture, so you can find a good price for it. And I know a lot of people are talking about trying to get Sagna Oak Sagna. Oh, and the other thing I ended up buying, guys, if you're not familiar, I ended up buying this. A pan pastel, artist pastels. I don't really know how to use them yet, so I might have to go to, who did the thing with pan pastels? Someone did something with pan pastels because I need the little tools to put them on. I know you can take a paintbrush and do them, but someone was doing some really good work with them. Picking out the pinks. There's 3 different pinks here. What color is this? Rose. I've not used them before, Corey. Rose Door. That's a new one. And Pink Coral. You used, okay. I think we'll use Pink Coral. No, it's hard to know. And then what I like about these pencils is that they're numbered and they have names. Unlike these pencils, which, guys, I'm going to show you something that I haven't shown you on camera before. These are diamond-driven pencils. These don't have names. These pencils do not have names or numbers on them. This chart is what I've done so far. So I've put these pencils, the pencils that I've charted already, I've put on here. But these pencils are the worst pencils I have ever used in my life. I want to show you. They have no name and no number on them. So that's just a thing to show you guys. They have no name, no pen. They're diamond-driven pencils, so I haven't even done a review of them yet, but I'm not happy because these pencils came out so light in the swatch chart. Tazia, you can always find a use for every pencil you own. They might be good for Create Space books. So I just wanted to show you that, guys. And the thing that I'm using to test the colors, because I didn't do a swatch sheet, and I just got these pencils in today, is a sketchbook that I bought. So this helps me. So we're going to use Pink Coral. Pink Coral for the flower. I wanted to zoom in just a little bit more for the flowers. I'll make sure my... The book we're coloring in is Fantasia. Oh, I still have that book, actually. I found my color chart book after. Hi, Meme. I found my color chart book. As you can see, all my color, almost all my pencils. Katrina, thank you for bringing that up. So this color is called Pink Coral. Oh my guys, I'm just going to change the lighting a little bit here. Cullen Coria, I think Sammy's going to be streaming soon too. So we're using, I'm using a brand new pencil called Soho Urban Artist Colored Pencil. So I normally go at 5:30, but I decided to come on a little earlier. Yesterday I had a terrible sore throat and I didn't feel, it was bothering me terrible. And as some of you know, I finished filming the 10 books that I would take on a desert island with me. Oh, Karia, you should do this too. We're doing the top 10 books that we would take to a desert island. And it's a lot of fun to see what people take. And, you know, there's been some books that everybody's been seeing, that I've been seeing that people have been taking. I love Karia. She was like one of the first channels I ever watched. And you know. So that was fun to do. And then I filmed some flip through. So I have like a box full of books to review still. They're on my list. And we're coloring from Nick Filbert's Fantasia. So I figure I'll test out my new pencils. Pencils this way. They're actually very nice, actually. They're not bad. They feel very smooth. They're like a cross between the hexagonal, like the Goodies, like my first set of Goodieism pencils that I had, but I didn't like the way those felt. But they're like the way they move, the way they come on smooth, they come on really smooth with the paper. But this paper is very toothy, so I don't know if it's the paper or if it's the these are Soho Urban Artist pencils. I didn't know if we were going to continue the Crayola image or if we were going to color with the new pencils, so. I like these a lot, Korea. They're nice. And what I do with them before I test them, because I didn't get to make a swatch sheet. I didn't get to make a swatch sheet, so what I've been using to test them before we put them on there is I take my mixed media sketchbook, and here's the hard press, here's the light press, so this way I know what colors they are. So that way it won't be too bad. And this is for Sammy's Nick Filbert Kirby Rosanish thing. Nick F versus Kirby, I think is the name of the challenge. Don't worry about that, guys. I'll blend that in later. Just hashtag Crayola challenge. Oh my god, that's terrible. You can hear it a little bit in my voice still, but I've been taking Theraflu at night before I go to bed because that helps with the throat. But tonight I'm gonna actually have to boil a pot of water because my Keurig is not working. So let me tell you what idiotic thing I did. While I was cleaning, trying to clean out the Keurig to get it to work, because I'm gonna have to buy a descaling solution since I don't have a descaling solution. So I just ordered that before I went online, before I went and saw streams. So what idiotic thing I did was I was trying to clean it, and what I did was I knocked over the whole thing of water, went all over the friggin' counter. Everything got wet. I'm not kidding. Every single thing got wet. Thank you, Candace. Candace, didn't you used to have a book blog, if I'm not mistaken? So I'm also looking forward. It wasn't that, it really was because it also went on the floor. So I had to clean up the floor. I had to take things off, and then the money I had to put on a thing. No, I literally, it was water all over the place. So, because I was clumsy and I didn't mind what I was doing, so hence now I've not been able to make my own coffee like I normally do. So I've been stuck buying coffee. I'm like making my coffee. See, I like making my coffee. I got the Keurig machine because at work we were always buying coffee, and so one of the girls said, "Let's get a Keurig." And so then when we started doing that at work, I decided I wanted to get one for home because then I figured I'd be saving money both places. You know, when you buy, well, there's coffee in my neighborhood, Candace, and I do have Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks near my house, so it's not like a total tragedy. Plus, there's a little store around the corner from where I live, so I can get coffee, but not being able to brew my own coffee, it's not nice. So, oh no, look, a blunt tip. Now, this is the M&R grenade. Now, someone was telling me that the way you're supposed to sharpen is you're supposed to rotate the sharpener, but that's not how I sharpen. Okay, and that one doesn't work very well with that pencil. So let's try another one. I love my M&Rs. You know, I've tried to do it I tried to rotate the sharpener, and it's just not working for me to rotate the sharpener. It doesn't work in with the heavier sharpeners. I think if you have a lighter sharpener, it works, but if you have Coria, I don't sharpen the blades. um, now I wish I had had something else. What do you do? Oh, I believe it was you or Peter that I learned this from. You take a graphite pencil. Was it you I learned this from, or was it from Peter that I learned this? Hi, Tracy. I learned this from either you or, in order to sharpen your blades, you use a graphite pencil, and that sharpens your blades. Someone said. No, I have not tried. I need to learn how to do that because I do have replacement blades. So. Yeah, Anne did a video today where she was giving some really helpful tips to those of us who are beginners. So, Colorful Life has a really good series right now on her channel for beginning colorists if you don't know the lingo. But it's the way I sharpen, it's the way that I know how to sharpen. You know, I don't know how to move the sharpener. What they said to me is the way that you're supposed to do it is you take your less dominant hand, and then Anne was showing this, you take your less dominant hand and then you sharpen it. Anne was saying you take your less, and then you sharpen it. And that's the grenade. So that was the way that they were saying to do it, but I can't seem to do that very well yet. That you take your less dominant hand and do that. To do that, so. And they sharpen very nicely. And yes, they do sell these. Really, Korea? I'm gonna have to watch that video that you did. Oh, I almost missed this. See what happens when you talk? You always miss something. I need to watch that video. But the M&R sharpeners were expensive, but I did buy replacement blades for them. I think it was like one of the... You can buy the... I think you do just get a little screwdriver, right? Like a little Phillips screwdriver or whatever they have. Sorry guys, I'm just... getting my reds out. Getting my 3 reds out from this set. That is an, which one? Because there's 2 sharpeners. We have the M&R round one and the M&R billet that looks like an Alvin bullet. Of course, Sammy's always live when I'm live. So. So. Carmine. Crimson. Oh, I like the cadmium red. Bye, Robin. And so what is this one? Cadmium red medium. I like to write down what I'm using. Because I didn't test these before I started the stream, you know. I need to make sure that when I color them that I know I'm picking the right color. So that's why I'm using the sketchbook the way I'm using it. And we're using the cadmium red medium. Oh, which ones are they again? Stewie and the other one? Go feed Stewie. He's a beautiful cat. He wants his mommy's attention. Seems like there's always two streams going on now. It's like last 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, there was Kate's Coloring Heaven and KP Lives were both coloring. Now, I'll tell you something, guys. I am a heavy-handed colorist. Okay, Elizabeth, have fun. So, who's still here? And I am also looking, I am actually reading, anybody want to know what I'm reading? I'm actually reading this book right now, Mirage by Sumaya Dodd. It's about a young girl who looks like the princess in a galaxy, and what happens is the princess is always being, attempts are being taken on her life, so the girl has to pose as her body double. Basically, in essence, she will make all the public appearances. So if anybody goes after the princess, they'll go after her instead, so the princess will survive. So it's an interesting book about identity and what you do to survive. So I'm reading that right now. If anybody was interested in that. Who's still here? Remember, guys, to give this stream a thumbs up. Yay, Letitia. We are using. Gotta make sure my phone does not stay too overheated, because when it gets overheated, the whole stream goes kapooey. Hey, everybody likes it, It happens, Letitia. It was funny because I was watching both streams last time. I was watching both Francis and Kate, not Francis, Kate and KP at the same time, because I was in one room and then I was in another room. I had to watch one of them on my phone and one of them on my computer. So it happens. Does anybody know what Sammy's working on? We'll probably go to 6 o'clock because I'm actually looking forward to WWE. Oh, Robin, that's very nice of you. But I started about half an hour earlier than I would normally. Oh, she likes that book. That book is really beautiful. And I'll tell you, she's so talented. Sammy is so talented, guys. I wish I had half of the talent that she did with the stuff that she uses. And these are a nicer pencil than my Prismas. My Prismas break really easily. I do watch Chris Chang on sometimes, but sometimes it's really hard for me to watch it because she goes so fast in her videos. No, people say that I'm a fast colorer, but I don't think I'm a fast colorer at all. Chris Chang does some beautiful work. I also like Julie's passion for coloring. Though it's been a while since she's done a video. I used to love watching Peter Hewitt when she was making videos. I love coloring Coria. I love watching Coloring Queens flip throughs. Anne is wonderful to watch. Anne has such wonderful things. Um, Belinda's really good too. She did a picture from Heather Valentine recently with the geisha girl. And I'm like, I was just stunned that she made that picture so beautiful. She did things in that picture that I wouldn't have even thought possible. I also like when Johanna Basford makes her videos. She does such a good job with her videos. Hi Rita, yay, Rita's still here. Remember guys to give this video a thumbs up. Try to sometimes make an outline of the flowers that I've already colored in so I don't accidentally go over into them. And the thing I like about this is that it's not making a whole lot of dust. Like my Prismas and my color sauce make a tremendous amount of dust when I'm coloring. These don't make as much dust. But they made them a little bit differently than the others. They glued these pencils. The core is glued, from what I understand of these pencils. So they're saying that these are wax pencils. Basford does really good tutorials, and she gives, you know, it's I actually one of the books that I included in my top 10 was Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Now I could have chosen. I have all of Johanna's coloring books, but I had already finished Secret Garden. So if I was to take a book, I would have taken the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly because I just love Johanna's art. I love doing flowers and botanicals. Plus, that book is telling a story, you know? It's not like it's not telling a story. I had fun doing that tag, but it was hard for me to choose just 10 books. Now, if I had been done to 20, it would have been a lot more people in it. Yes, it was one of the first coloring books I ever finished, which was Secret Garden. Now, this was way before I had a, like I had done most of the Johanna books. So, these are strong pencils because they're holding up to my pressure. I know Shalene is streaming tomorrow, and I know Ann is streaming tomorrow, so that's always fun to be streaming. I love watching their channels. So who else do you guys watch? Yeah, a long time ago. But that was back when I didn't have that many books. I don't know. These don't have the same issues as my other pencils, Robin. Like, I find with these that these don't make as much dust. From what I know about these, pencils, you can only order these pencils open stock at Cherry's Artorama. But I have not looked at what the open stock price is yet. They're not as soft as a Prisma, but they glide on so much better. You know what? Why don't we do a comparison? We want to do a comparison. Hello, Sam. Let's do a comparison. Now, this is cadmium red. Soho. Looking at the cadmium red and this one. Obviously don't have it. So let's do a crimson red. And let's do the crimson in. Ooh. These are smoother. So I just wanted to do a comparison to the colors, so this way you guys understand what having a difference in brands are. So just so we get a color difference. So who here likes my sketchbook idea? Oh, what game are you guys playing? I like gaming as well, but I don't really do it enough. I used to do a lot of gaming when I was younger. Used to play games like Zelda, Gods of War. I like having nice drinks, like nice tea. I'm also looking forward tonight to NXT TakeOver, which is WWE's third brand. And what they do is they put on a pay-per-view show that's better than anything the main roster puts on. This is like for all the development and talent that's come outside of WB, but they're also forming new talent for the main roster. So they like have homegrown talents, and then what do you call it? They have homegrown talents, and then they have indie stars there. So people who've come from the indies to be in WWE learn the way that WWE does television. I used to love playing The Sims. Sims is so much fun. But I would sometimes download the X-Men characters and play Sims 3 with X-Men characters like Mystique, Charles, Wolverine, Jean, and then let's see what happens. Only they would have made an X-Men Sims. Don't forget, guys, just Roman Reigns isn't being blackballed. He's not being blackballed. It's all the way that Vince McMahon is pushing him. If they would just turn him heel and make him heel, and make him a real heel, not a tweener, he would get so much better reaction, and he'd be getting the right heat instead of the other heat that he's not getting. He's being hated by the fans because I don't hate him. I actually love the way he looks. When I look at Roman Reigns, I'm in like, Roman. Because Brock Lesnar makes Vince McMahon dollars, okay? You have to understand that Brock Lesnar is the highest paid performer right now on WWE's payroll. Plus, he brings in a big-time audience when he comes in them. The reason why the fans hate Roman Reigns is because that Vince and company are pushing him down our throats. Because Brock draws money when he goes into an audience. You really think that Vince is going to not let Brock Lesnar not retain the championship? Because Brock Lesnar is a one-of-a-kind attraction that probably will not be seen again for a very long time. Second, he has a UFC background. He's just a beast. Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't know how we got. you, do you watch NXT, Flirtisha? Looks like I have to sharpen this pencil a lot. I think it's the way it's written. Honest to God, if you look at the way that NXT is booked and written, it is so much better than anything the two shows on the main roster are being produced. And then Triple H has come back and taken over 205, and ever since Triple H took over 205, it's been a better program. It's been a better written program. I think it's probably the way it's written, and it's probably they're not letting the performers do what they need to do. So that's red. You should watch it, Letitia. You really should watch the network. Do you have the network? If you have the network, if you subscribe to the networks, you get access to everything like NXT, 205. Okay, guys, what color blue? There's a lot of blues in this. Then you get access to everything. 205, NXT, all the pay-per-views. So guys, what color blue should we make the outer rug? So, phthalo blue. I think that's ridiculous. I really do think it's ridiculous because I don't think that Ronda has earned that right yet to get in a championship match. I think it's a little too soon for Ronda to be champion. Cobalt blue. Light turquoise blue. I think the phthalo blue. And then we'll do the light cerulean blue. I'm gonna go like this. Another thing I can't stand is Carmella. My light is being that weird. And what I'm using is the light cerulean blue. You guys will understand in a moment why I'm going so light with my texture on this. On the other part of it. We're probably going to go to 6 o'clock, guys. What I like about the pencils is that they come pre-sharpened. Okay, so now we're going to go over that with the phthalo blue. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm going to even be able to blend the color like this. Is the Serena the Mardell Rubio book? Okay guys, something's wrong with my camera, with my light. It comes in and out. Serena's a nice book. It has the same paper as this. You haven't seen the Linda Raven. How many of you have Linda Ravencroft's books? You guys haven't seen those books. Those books are high-end. Those books are really nice. Hold on, guys. I'm going to see if I can adjust the light here. It always takes time because when you're coloring on a toothier paper, pencils react differently. Every pencil reacts differently to different books. Interesting, when I lay it, it gives dust. Okay, we have to remember that. With this, see, my Fantasia is double-sided, but there's been some versions where I would actually buy another copy of this book if it was single-sided. I'm looking for a single-sided version of this book where it isn't. I think a couple of people got, what is it, that Chinese version of the book where the pages come out. People like that they're all single-sided. I have liked every picture in this book. Some I have not finished. You know, depends on what the paper is. Everybody's different with paper. Like some people love CreateSpace, some people love toothy paper. Some people like every paper. But for me personally, some paper's harder than others. The thing that I like about the Serena books, Samantha, have you tried using Black Widows on the CreateSpace paper? Because they work really well. Thank you, Phoenix. Beautiful. Remember, guys, to give this video a thumbs up. They work really well with this paper. You can get Serene at Etsy. I think there's some people on Amazon selling Serene too. But investigate those people because some of those people are handing them out as third third party sellers. I don't know. You'd have to ask Jade Summers publishers about that because that might be something to do with tariffs and import fees. Which mermaid book? There's a couple of mermaid books out right now. I have a Russian mermaid book. It's beautiful, but it doesn't fit on camera, so it's in its spiral bound. There's several new mermaid books, so you have to be Pacific. Serena. Oh, from Jade Summer. You can go to Jade Summer's Etsy store and buy a digital version of it and get the digital version and then download it to the paper you want. Jade Summer on Etsy has a sometimes if you're having a hard time getting a certain artist or an illustrator's book to be in print, see if they have digital versions available on whether their store or on Etsy or wherever they sell their books, because sometimes they will sell their books as PDFs and then you can download the file and print the book on a PDF form. Guys, that's what I would do if I couldn't get a book, but I love the art, so I would try and see if I can get it as a PDF version. That's what I did for Friends of Nature. That book sold out like hotcakes. And that was a book that Jen showed and it was just absolutely beautiful, her Friends of Nature comic book. But I couldn't get it in print, so what did I do? I ended up buying it as a digital PDF and then print out the pictures as I colored them. So that's one way you can do. I buy actually, hold on, I will get the paper that I actually do. I use two kinds of cardstock, and I will get them right now, Phoenix. Okay, but first I'm almost out of this cardstock. I don't have much left of it. This is a 67-pound cardstock, and this is from Staples. You can buy this at Staples, and it's a really good cardstock. I like doing that. Then a while ago, I also bought some Color It cardstock while they were still cheap. So I bought these, and these are 25. And the Color It has really nice paper to color on. So you can buy this all through Color It's website. And the paper was $7 for 25 sheets. Now these I bought at Michael's when they were having a sale, and it was 3 reams of this for $10. This is also white cardstock. It's 65 pounds. It's 2 pounds less than the other cardstock. But I bought these for 3. So this is what kind of cardstock that I like to print on. These are just some of the places where you can buy your cardstock. So that's what I like to print on. You can get cardstock at a lot of different places. Office supply stores are the best places to go for cardstock. Staples is good, but also check out Amazon because Amazon has a lot of good papers now. Anne would say the Nina White she likes. I personally have not used the Nina White. Anne has. Everybody uses something different, so just take that into consideration. That is the paper that works for me. I like the color paper because it works with markers. So when you're also working with markers, you might want to think about if you're working with markers, and I didn't do this at first, think about getting a paper that can hold markers. You know what? I'm going to bring out one more book. Here's another piece of paper. This book is called Prima Princesses. And what this does is it's a watercoloring book. And this is basically based for watercolors. You can use marker on watercolor paper. This is meant for watercolor, so there's something called watercolor books out there, so you can color with watercolors on this if you chose to do that. Just giving you an idea of what's out there. And then there's this book, which is 300 GSM paper. This is like one of the thickest papers for watercolor. So if you would use watercolor or markers, you would want to put it on 300 GSM for watercolor. So then we get into the more complicated areas. I'm going to show you what I did here with markers. Here's something that I did completely with markers. I did this with markers, and this is a watercolor book, just to tell you. So, and these was alcohol markers. This is a Linda Ravenscroft book, and her paper is amazing. I cannot stress how amazing these books are. They're beautiful, and even when I use this paper, I'm going to show you the back of the paper. This was done with markers, just so you can see. A nice juicy book, a nice juicy marker. This is how you know you have juicy markers when they go through the paper. So, I just want to show you that so you guys have an understanding of what some books are made for watercolor, some books are not made for watercolor. I just wanted to show you that because so you get an idea when you're working with markers, watercolors, what you can do with them. So no, information should be shared, not hogged. You know, the only way we learn is from each other. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, I learned a tremendous amount from A Colorful Life, Shalene, Sweet Nightingale, Sammy. Everybody learns from learns from somebody, but you have to take the time to learn and research down because people do different things on their channel. It's too hard. So paper is a subjective thing. You know, I'm like a person who says if you don't learn, you don't grow. So that's good. So I'm gonna put all these blues back. Because we're gonna be on for another 10 minutes, I think. This is mauve, and it's 136. I'm gonna take the second one, look at my second tray. See what else is in my second tray. I definitely am gonna have to get a case for these. I like that dioxin violet. I always go a little longer than I think I'm gonna go. And we're gonna take crimson. I think we're gonna conclude with her. Thank you guys for staying on the stream. I know a lot of people went to Sammy's stream, and I'm not offended at all. Because I want to watch Takeover Chicago at, I think, what time does it start? At 8? So I hope this is kind of fun to try out a new set of pencils too live, because then you get a real genuine reaction, I feel, and it's not a phony reaction. Because every pencil is different. Usually I do skin tone first. But then, because these are new pencils, I don't really know. Like, you know, it's up to the people to do what they want to do. You just do what you do, and then you just go with it. You know, everybody has a different schedule, and all you can do in life is be accommodating for Tisha. You know, I used to get mad at every little thing, and then I realized that some things aren't worth getting mad about. All you can do is do you. So, this is what we have colored in so far today with the Soho Urban Artist pencils. Now, you can buy these via Jerry's Artrama, where they're $47, or you can buy them on Amazon for $60. If you buy them at Jerry's Artrama, they are $47, and you can buy them open stock there. So that is the one thing about these pencils I found a place where you can buy them open stock. So thank you guys for watching the stream. I want to thank you for joining us all. Have a wonderful evening. My camera just told me we're down to 20%, so that was really good timing, and I want to thank you all for joining me today or tonight. Have a very good evening.